Alrighty, folks, the news today. We're starting off with, sorry, Joe, could you scooch all the way up to the top there? We're spoiling the last bit.
Oh, there we go. Right there.
Next slide.
There we go.
That's the one.
Responsibility.
All right. Thank you for taking that on. So, first story that we've got today is going to be Cranio. Creations and Capstone are entering into a partnership with each other. Which
really?
Yeah. So I like that. I think that this is going to be, and I'm going to double check this as I make sure not to misreport the news. So, Cranio Creations' newest games will feature various different play styles. Yeah. Rats of Wistar's coming from them.
Okay.
So, what is the specifics of this partnership? I was reading through these things this morning before, and this is the one I forgot. I was like, oh, cool. I like both these companies. Do you know?
I know both of them. What, about the companies? I am excited both of these are in a partnership because they're both very heavy on theme. Like Cranio, I think Cranio is the one that did Mystery House.
Okay.
Can't remember, which I did like that a lot, and they do a lot of really, really thematic games.
They do. They also make a ton of like Euro games, but like Golem, right? Which is for being a dry Euro game, it has a lot of great presentation and
artwork is really nice in it. Yeah, I like that. And Capstone, of course, does a great job.
Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out if this is a distribution deal. I'm highly ill-prepared for this discussion at the moment.
Yeah, if it's distribution or if they're collaborating.
Oh, English language versions. Here we go. I found it, folks.
Oh.
Never you wary. I'm sorry. Capstone Games is thrilled to be working with Cranio Creations and producing the English language versions of their new games. We're excited to share two of Cranio's newest games that'll feature different playstyles. Rats of Wistar,
okay,
the Rondell worker placement game, and then Anunnaki. This is the big area control game with like tons of big miniatures and stuff.
Also fun to say.
Yes, yeah. Now, Capstone currently already brings over a lot of stuff from Feuerlandspiel. So, like, Capstone's biggest game that they're known for right now, Arc Nova, is actually originally from Feuerlandspiel, and they have broader distribution. So, the fact that they are already successfully bringing other games over for English language markets, and those games are doing well, that bodes well for this partnership.
Yeah, Arc Nova did fairly well. It didn't take off like we thought it would, but still okay. Still okay.
We report the news, Joey.
Sorry.
All right, next item.
Next one.
This is from Daily Magic Games. So they're announcing that they're kind of pulling back a little bit here. So what they're saying is that Daily Magic is going to be moving towards a boutique type company, moving to direct distribution to retailers. Away from distribution. So away from companies that will then put their games out into stores and so companies have been doing this before, right? Some game companies are more boutique. They don't send their stuff into general retail. You buy this stuff from the company's web store.
That's interesting. And they're the whole Valeria universe. It's all the Valeria games.
Yeah.
Them. I know they have a couple of other ones. I played some of their other ones. I think 10 Minute Towers or something like that. But okay, yeah. That's interesting, though. Why not? They do have a wide swath of games there.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. This is a little bit of the justification. It says, simply put, Daily Magic Games was on autopilot. We're a publisher, and publishers work through distribution systems, and that's just how it's done. So we put a lot of money into advanced prototypes, preview, playthrough content, BGG advertising. So they're saying that we just kind of did all these things because that's the flow of, typically, you're a board game publisher, this is what you're going to do.
That makes sense.
And so it says, starting with this project, so there's up with the Castellans of Valeria. Castellan.
Yeah.
So starting with the project, we're going to shift to a boutique publisher. So basically just going straight to backers, and they're going to print 250 copies extra from what their target is according to their Kickstarters, and then sell those on their web store, basically.
Wow. It seems low, but I don't know numbers very well, but
Yeah.
Well, all right.
So, all right. Well, that's that there. Next item.
Yeah, this is nice. I don't know anything about the game, but the cover looks really good.
Ludus Magnus, right? Haunted Lands. They previously did Black Rose Wars. Did you try that one?
I didn't. I want to. It looks good, though.
Okay. Yeah, I know Z enjoys that one. So Haunted Lands, 2 to 4 player game, exploring new lanes in search of resources to develop your communities, right?
Right.
But and this is the but, because that sounds like a dry, boring Euro game. Beware the specters.
There it is.
There it is, right?
I love specters.
Do you really?
No. Not at all.
They just don't pay rent, all 5 of them in my house. You know?
I have a lot living in my house. It's weird. This cover reminds me of, you remember the old horror movie, was it House? That all it was like a hand about to open the
Hugh
doorknob?
Laurie?
Was Hugh Laurie in that?
No, that's House.
Okay. No. Okay. Maybe no. I seem to remember some sort of old horror movie with a house, so like a hand opening a doorknob. Maybe just me. But, all right.
No, it sounds familiar. So this is going to be actually available for pickup at Spiel, at Essen, in just like a week, basically. So you can pre-order it now. If you pre-order it, you get a free mini expansion for it. So,
like that.
I mean, that's cool and all, right? I agree. I love that cover.
You are coming home with this, right? I do want to play this.
I better
really
be.
nice.
Yeah, Mike's got your back. You're right, Joey.
Thanks, Mike.
Dr. House,
It was
the horror
called
film.
House, right? Or maybe. All right. I'll watch it later.
All right, next up, a Brazilian game here. This is from Daniel Luca. It's called
That's what.
Marajara,
Marajara.
I believe, right?
Marajara.
So Brazilian company that had previously brought out, they'd worked on Brazil Imperial. That one was picked up by Portal.
Okay.
And
yep.
I think, had a pretty good wider distribution and everything. So more games from Brazil coming out. And I really like seeing that.
They have a lot of good games recently.
Right.
Yeah, so
And one of the cool things, this one says it's about archaeological studies of the native pottery and kind of studying of the culture of the Marajo people.
Okay.
So I like that. Right? I love seeing a game that comes from a different country, talking about the history and the specifics of that country. So I really like that.
I agree with that. Like, I love archaeology games, and a lot of them are Egyptian, but there's so many different cultures that have that type of history.
There are?
There are.
There's more than just Egypt?
I'm just finding that out, by the way. I'm not a smart man, but yes.
But I know what love is.
Is that a song? It is.
Forrest Gump.
Not a song. Okay.
No, not a song. No. So yeah, this one looks great, and I like the company. I like what they've done already. All right.
Speaking of liking the company,
Steve Jackson Games, baby. So this is interesting. Pegasus Spiel, Pegasus Publishing, gets the rights to Paizo and Steve Jackson merchandise.
Huh?
Yeah, that's not what I was expecting necessarily.
No, but so like merchandise as far as like plushies and just really anything they want to make.
Yes.
Merchandise.
Yeah, I think so. Right. So they're able to bring out. Looks like plush toys, masks, mugs, apparel, other products, and to close to 50 different conventions each year. And so, Munchkin stuff sells. Munchkin
That's the thing.
T-shirt, Munchkin. I would have a little plushie of like chainsaw armor guy.
Yeah, this will sell really well.
John Kovalik's art is just so iconic and so recognizable. Mostly we're talking about Steve Jackson, but Paizo. I'm trying to remember offhand what Paizo does. Do you?
I don't. No.
Okay.
Munchkin's one of those that,
Pathfinder Starfinder.
There we go. That's their big thing. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that was familiar from something.
Yeah.
So, Pathfinder Starfinder merch and stuff as well, shirts and stuff. So,
Right.
It's not directly board gaming related, but always good. Always good to see people wearing nerdy shirts. You know what I mean? That, like, for me, going to concerts growing up as a kid and like seeing other people walking by, like, oh, he's wearing a Slipknot shirt. Yeah, well, rock on, brother. And like, there's something fun about that. So,
especially when you see them somewhere they're not supposed to be. Like, I remember walking through the mall and someone had a shirt that said like, "I claw Tokyo." I'm like, yeah, it's a King of Tokyo fan. That's a weird place to see you. Yeah, that's interesting.
All right, so Pegasus picking up merchandise there.
All right.
Next item on the news: the Ghost in the Shell tabletop game is arriving next year. Are you familiar at all with the anime or the manga?
Wasn't there like a movie too?
There were several animated movies and stuff as well.
Like a live action, or am I just imagining that?
Yeah, that's right. That was the Scarlett Johansson one.
Yeah, I never watched any of them. I remember seeing it and thinking maybe I should, but no. Is it good? I mean, it's a anime. You said?
Yeah, so it's a kind of an original cyberpunk thing. A lot of the cyberpunk influence comes from this. Cyberpunk obviously being a theme that's doing well
Right.
in the tabletop hobby space. This is coming from River Horse Games. They had done My Little Pony RPG.
Right? Like that one a lot.
Other adaptations of things like The Labyrinth, or Jim Henson's Labyrinth, Hunger Games, Pacific Rim, and Terminator. So I think that part is going to be a concern. I know Tom can speak to some of those games a little bit more. I don't know if he's enjoyed that many of them.
Yeah, I mean, jumping from My Little Pony to Ghost in the Shell, is that a big jump? Or
No, I mean, they seem pretty related, right?
They do.
Taking down the big corporations and your cyber runs and stuff, right?
That makes sense.
No, I mean, this theme is great. It's a very immersive, cool world. But yeah, it's the company behind it. It's this pedigree, right? Like,
Right.
How many people do you hear talking about the Hunger Games board games and the Pacific Rim board games?
That's true, right? Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
People say the show is good. I'm just now getting into anime, so I'll probably end up. I just started watching Studio Ghibli or whatever, so now I'll eventually get to this, I'm sure.
Right. Scant details is the exact wording of the news article. Scant.
Scant. That's a fun word.
I just needed to be able to use that in my journalistic integral news reporting.
I use it daily. Not nearly as scantily as you do.
Yeah. I seldom frequent those vocabulistics. Teased release date of 2024 is what it says, with possible crowdfunding launch. So, yeah, you can follow them on Twitter, or X, as the youths call it, for more details.
Oh. All right.
Next up, have you played Similo?
I have not.
Okay, 2 new Similo sets coming out that mean nothing to you.
No. Oh, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings Similo. And then this is going to be the Essen Spiel special deck for Similo, which what's interesting about this is they did this last year.
Okay.
They had a deck of Similo cards. To briefly kind of describe Similo to you, I've only played it like once or twice. There's cards in the middle, and then I'm trying to get you, in a cooperative sense, to guess a character. So I'm going to play out cards and say, the character in the lineup is like this character that I'm playing, or is not like this character that I'm playing. And then you are kind of like honing down on a particular person. So in the Lord of the Rings, right, if you have a bunch of characters out there, and the person I'm trying to get you to guess is Samwise, I might play Frodo and be like, it's like this person, right? And you're like, okay, maybe that means he's a hobbit. Maybe it means he's, brave. Maybe it means that he's part of the Fellowship. And so you can kind of start whittling down. Okay, well, it's not Boromir. Well, it's not, Saruman.
And then you can play multiple cards to get them closer and closer to that answer.
Yep.
All right, so it's like Guess Who with cards, I guess.
Yeah, neat
Okay.
little cooperative game. Kind of tricky.
Wow.
So the Lord of the Rings one, obviously looking forward to that, right?
Yep.
So the Essen Spiel one, what they did last year was they had just games, new games that were launched at Essen.
Okay.
And I'll be honest, I thought that was a very bad deck of Similo to try to play at Essen, because I was like, what the crap? I don't know half of these games yet. And then 4 months later, when I came back to it, I was like, oh, I know all of these games now.
Wow, that would be tough. Yeah.
Yeah, but, so yeah, once the games kind of are known entity, you don't have to play a game to know, like, is My Little Pony RPG like Blood Rage, yes or no?
Right.
So,
yes.
yeah, so this deck works, and so they're doing it again. They must have found success with it last year.
Oh, okay.
All right. Oh, the designers on this I found interesting. For this little party game, right? Oh, sorry, yeah, so back to Similo really
No
quick.
one saw anything.
No one saw nothing. Designers of Similo, you ready for this?
Yep.
Martino Chiachera, who co-designed Witchstone.
That one I have not played. Heard good things, though.
Okay, I heard good things, right? Hjalmar Hawk, who's designed like Photosynthesis and The King's Dilemma.
Yep. Wow.
And then Pierluca Zini, who did Tang Gardens. These are like big name designers who've made this fun little, is he like Frodo, yes or no, kind of a game.
That's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, all right, so that's Similo.
All right.
Moving on. Are you ready to play Pictionary versus AI?
I am not. You lost me at the AI. I was like all in, then
You were all in on Pictionary?
I'm not really. But they have so many Pictionary style games. AI.
Yeah, so to try to figure out how this one works, let's see, right? So Pictionary, obviously well-known drawing game. In Pictionary versus AI, Players will take turns to draw their words for an artificial intelligence program to guess.
Really? So we're now playing games with the AI?
I mean, this is weird. I'm wondering what the usage of the word AI means in this sense, right? Because I can play games. There's a Mysterium app that you can play, which seems like a very weird app, right? With the card art and stuff, trying to give clues to the computer, like to your phone. Be like, hey, guess the chef. I'm playing this card. So to some degree, something like this has existed before.
Yeah. That's curious, though, in the fact that, I mean, my Google can't even guess what I'm trying to ask it. So getting it to guess my picture is going to be rough. Like, man.
I'm almost surprised it's not going the other way around, right?
That's what I thought it was going to be. Yeah, if it tells you what to draw and I don't know.
Right, or like, the big discussion in the world right now is AI art. I'm surprised that the app is not drawing art for you to guess. It's going the other way around.
Yeah, we're like just training our replacement at this point. Okay.
But hey, at least we get to be the ones drawing, right? That's the big complaint, right? Why have AI do art when that's like a creative human endeavor? So,
I guess, yeah, that's...
Look, I'm scraping the bottom to say what I think could possibly be good about this. Whoa, here's the other thing that could be good.
Oh.
You could finally play Pictionary as a solo game.
I've been wanting that for a while. I know Mike would like that a lot.
Oh, okay. Well, enough of that. Let's move on to, how about this? Silver and gold pyramids.
I am excited did not know about this. Silver and Gold is one of those really big surprises. It's a good game. Have you played it?
Yo, I love it, yeah.
It's at your house, I think. Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, no, I really enjoy it. So Silver and Gold being a flipping right from one of my favorite designers, Phil Walker Harding. And so a follow-up to it. So basically you have, it's going to be pyramids is what you're exploring rather than just kind of... Silver and Gold had a theme to it, I guess. And
yeah, I guess.
Was palm trees? Maybe you're pirates? Because there's palm trees and gold coins you're getting?
I didn't ask too many questions.
Right, yeah.
I was like, okay.
All right, this is one of the first games that was like a flip and right that said, hey, your cards are what you can draw on. Right?
That is true, yeah.
And so seeing a little follow-up to it. So what's going to be different about this one here is you've got...
better artwork. It's just pretty. Looks good, right?
I like the cover.
Yeah, I do
no,
too.
The cover is much better. The cards look functionally about the same.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, there's. It sounds very, very similar to the original. Shuffle all 8 cards. Yeah, there's 8 cards. You play out 7 per round, 4 rounds, right? So structurally, it's the same. Earning 10 points per tomb reached, 5 points per pair of colored gems found, 5 points for each round in which they covered at least 1 torch. And the color bonuses after which they lose points based on the number of skulls covered. So it sounds like a variant with some different collection scoring, right?
Okay, yeah.
Gone are the palm trees, maybe gone are the coins, but you know what? At a price point that I'm sure is going to be very affordable, right?
That's the thing. These are really small boxes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is almost a no-brainer to grab if you even like Silver and Gold. If you haven't played it, try it.
Yeah.
Surprising how good it is.
Silver Gold Pyramids will be debuting at Spiel 23, i.e. basically in a week.
Okay.
So, all right. Next up, Katon Starfarer's Duel. This is going to be really exciting news for some people, because this is Starship Katon, the 2-player game re-implemented. Have you ever played that one?
No. Starfarers? Katon?
No, so this is what confused me, right? Because there was Starfarers of Katon, which was reprinted 5, 6 or so years ago in that huge box, right? But Starship Katon is basically a 2-player. It was in kind of that, small box 2-player line of games that like a lot of things come out in. And people said that's one of the best Katon inspired games out there. Head to head, just the 2 of you.
Huh.
And so this, when Starship Katon, when Starfarers of Katon was reprinted a few years ago, I was thinking, I wonder if they're going to get around to this one. They finally have. So this will be debuting first quarter of next year, so Q1 24, and basically new new artwork, upgrade a little bit. And I'm trying to figure out if this reboot is filled with new and improved components, art, dice, and 5 tutorial missions that'll make it easy to learn for new players.
I do like that. Training wheels style?
Training wheel style, yeah.
I like that.
So it seems otherwise, Cosmos 2-player line. I don't want to misspeak the wrong company. Thanks, Mike. So originally it was a Cosmos 2-player line game with a lot of other ones like Hera and Zeus and like those types of games.
Yeah.
So excited to see a good game get a reprint, and especially if it's more approachable now and has better artwork, hopefully.
Right.
Next up,
Ooh.
number 9, Plus Plus. How much AI do you think is in this game?
Creating or playing? Wow.
None.
None. Either one? Yeah, that's...
Yeah, so have you played number 9, the tile laying game, stacking?
No.
All right, so the basic premise of this...
Tetris style thing? Is that what it is?
So it's free form, right? You start in the middle, you put, you basically have a randomizer
Okay.
that says, if I remember correctly, right? You have a randomizer. So everyone put out their number 9 tile. And you have a tile, a Tetris-y type of tile. You can see in the picture there, you see a 0, then you see a 4, and then you see
Gotcha.
a 1,
Yeah.
right? That's an upside down 1 that looks like an L. So you have tiles that look like the shapes of different numbers, and you're laying them out together, and then you want to create a big enough of a base on the bottom that you can then start putting tiles on top of them. You want to stack them up. You can only cover up completely supported tile spaces underneath you. So you can't have anything hanging off. You can't have a gap or a hole that you're covering.
Okay.
And then at the end of the game, you multiply your points, the number of that tile. So if you have a 4 on the second level of your area, that's 8 points, 4 times 2. If you can put a 9 on your third level, that's 27 points.
Huh.
So this is basically number 9 plus plus is a 2-player set or a 2-player expansion to the base game. And then it's going to come with starting tiles. So what you see over there, those like non-number shaped ones, the blue, white background pieces. So basically like little starting areas for you to work with. I think that those were like little maybe promos or mini expansions, and so now they're kind of coming in this little box that you can serve as an expansion or as a little standalone.
That's it. Yeah. That sounds good. I would try it.
There's a great quote in the chat there that...
I'm not good with numbers?
Yeah.
Joey Evans.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that you've said that.
I probably have said that. It's accurate. Very accurate.
All right, next up.
Oh, here we go.
Getting close to the end here.
Oh, goodness. Oh,
Zularetto reprint.
my goodness.
If Tom were here,
He'd like pandas?
I'm sure that Tom loves pandas more than life itself.
Everyone. Who hates pandas? Oh.
Not me. It's
gonna get depressing.
Pandas are fine. Pandas are big, cuddly, ridiculous.
I said it earlier in the show. Okay. Thanks, Mike. Keeps me on my toes.
So Zularetto is if Tom were here, he would say Vassal's Law, right?
Okay.
Are you familiar with him preaching
I am.
Vassal's Law?
Yeah. All 32 of them.
Uh-huh. So, hey, another good, well-received game. Zularetto been out of print for a while. Coming back into print, new artwork. I mean, what can you complain about? I don't think that there's anything new in this
What
particular
are those
one.
little trucks back there? Did the original have those little trucks?
I think they were flatboard trucks.
And those
in
are
the
like
original.
3D trucks, looks like.
Yeah, it looks like cardboard creation. You know, you put them together, you assemble them, because you are filling up those trucks with tiles or taking the tiles from a truck. This is one of those kind of push your luck. You keep adding to the pool, or you take from a pool for the round.
In the industry, we call this an upgrade, having those trucks.
Tell me more. Do tell.
Yeah, that's all I know. I don't do numbers.
Let's see. So I think that this is the exact same gameplay, just back in print, nicer looking art.
That looks really nice. That's really good art.
Yeah, no, I think animals are such a hot theme right now that this will, this will fit right in with the current landscape. Next up,
All right. Sorry, look at that baby panda. It's pretty cute.
it's pretty dang cute.
Oh,
Joey, we're back to numbers now.
man, this is like really leaning heavy on this one.
So Town 66 is getting a sequel. It's they've upped it by 11. It's Town 77 now. This is from Oink Games. And
Okay.
the way that it describes it here is that gameplay is going to be identical to Town 66, but it's 77 now.
Really? Okay, so act like I haven't played it.
Okay.
All right. This seems like a whole Lost Code Mastermind style thing that we're having their boards. Is this like a guessing game?
Not at all. So this is a tile laying game.
Got it.
Where you want to, Mike and I have played this one. I think
Okay.
that we reviewed it together, something like that. So Oink game, small box, and very tight packaging in there. But basically the idea of Town 66 was you are building together in the middle of the table a 6x6 grid city. You have some tiles in hand, and it comes with those nice little wooden holders. So you put the tiles in there because you see the shape and the color of that building. Everybody else from the back only sees the color of the building. And you basically are every turn going to play a tile out into a row and column, basically, where you cannot repeat color and you cannot repeat shape. The town will evict you if you make that mistake.
That makes sense.
So it's
As they
elimination.
should.
Yeah. You don't want to get eliminated. And so the choices of where you can place those tiles becomes harder as the game goes on. You can refill your hand, or as the game goes on, you can choose not to refill your hand, having fewer tiles to work with. If you're ever out of tiles completely, or no, how's it? I'm trying to remember the end game. You want to be the last person still in the game. If you ever can't legally place a tile because you're going to repeat colors or shapes in a row or column, then you're eliminated, and you want to be the last player standing.
Okay.
So maybe I'm misspeaking some of that. Once a player is out, whoever has the fewest tiles, there's a very clever push and pull to it that I'm not remembering at the moment. This is now upgraded to Town 77. So instead of a 6x6 grid, 7x7 grid.
And artwork, I guess, they've always looked like Pac-Man ghosts type things.
That artwork is phenomenal. Leonardo da Vinci could not paint a better pizza than
He
that.
couldn't.
No.
He couldn't. You said paint a better pizza? or
Moving
picture?
along.
All right, here we go. Oh, I wonder what the last one is. What?
All right. Joe, are you excited about this Food Chain Magnate?
I am so excited about this. This is probably the game that hits the table the most in my game group.
Have you ever played?
No.
All right. Food Chain Magnate.
I feel like I have,
From
though.
Splotter, right, is getting a special edition in partnership with Lucky Duck Games.
What?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
You be able to scan stuff and pop up on the screen?
Oh, that'd be nice. Oh my gosh, that'd be great. You just kind of scan something in the app, and then all of a sudden, like, you had to knock on the door.
Oh, that would be... Well, I was thinking before you get to see your restaurant from the inside, but that's creepy.
No, I want food delivered to my house. If I'm playing Food Chain Magnate, I need about 12 cheeseburgers and 17 lemonades.
Okay, but now looking at this. Okay, so this seems like they're just making it look better, right?
Yes, I mean, I don't know if you know this about the original Food
Oh,
Chain
no,
Magnate.
that's
or
what
not.
I know. That's the only
Okay.
thing I know is that it's hideous. And it's like, people love the gameplay.
People do. I don't, right? It's too competitive for me in the sense that the first time I played this game, I was having an okay game.
No.
And another person at the table sold 0 food items the entirety of the game. And so, that's just kind of the general idea of this type of game. If you can't make a pivotal mistake in the beginning and set yourself up for an epic failure of a turn, then why have a first turn of the game?
That's
is the
what
philosophy.
One thing I heard from Tom is that you can get behind and never have any chance of coming back. I know there's that ketchup expansion that is pretty cleverly named.
It absolutely,
But-
which is going to be included in this Kickstarter campaign.
It comes with ketchup?
You have the optional for, I believe. I reckon that you could buy in, do an add-on for the expansion or a higher pledge level. So this is going to go to GameFound.
Okay.
GameFound November of this year, November 14th. Campaign will go live, and it's going to have the base game and the expansion, the catch-up mechanisms expansion.
Yeah. Interesting, people mentioned the price on this, because this is a fairly expensive game for what it is originally.
Sure.
So I'm wondering about this. But it does look good. Much better.
Yeah, part of it is that Splotter knows that they make niche games.
Right.
Boutique games, perhaps you'd call it. And so they have a lot of pieces, they have a lot of components. People make fun of the art and everything, sure, right? But they put out a high quality product, and they also know it's so niche, they can't just print 20,000 of them.
Right.
So I'm curious to see how many people are going to jump in now because of the artwork, because of the solid reputation that Lucky Duck has.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good partnership, not one that I was ever going to expect.
No. No.
But yeah, give me that app where food delivers to my house midway through the game.
This might make me try it. I don't know why. I'm a sucker for those little mini guys. I might try it. I'll try the duel.
Oh yeah, when Starship Magnate comes out.
Yes, I would do that.
All right, folks, that is the news.